Hello and welcome to our level editor video. On the left side, you'll find the profiler with the average FPS, lowest and highest FPS, as well as the usage of each of the systems. If we turn off VSync, then you see that the editor is taking up most of the frame time. We can also launch Tracy to view the profiling in more detail. If I pause here, we can take a look at. Yeah, this thing looks interesting. We can also open up the console to see the warnings that we are all ignoring. Next, we can go to the hierarchy, right click and add new entities, and the reason why they're all falling down is because there is gravity. Let's just remove them. Let's also add a blank entity with no archetype and call it the player. Now let's add a transform component, and you can see it over here. Unfortunately, the gizmos no longer work after we transferred our game into the frame buffer to render it into the editor window. Next, we can add a render component, and by default, you can see a very tiny cube there. Yeah, when there's no mesh selected. So let's select the mesh because it looks cool, and the back button isn't loaded because it hasn't been compiled yet. So let's compile it. Create new cube doesn't crash already. It didn't crash just now, I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go to the meshes and let's change it to a cloud, and now we're inside of a cloud. Okay, let's also change it to an enemy texture, and as you can see, a scorpion has appeared. Now let's say we want to create copies of this scorpion. We can go to the archetype editor and import data from inspector, and now we can save this as let's call it scorpion.arch. And now I can add a new scorpion entity. And the reason why nothing is showing is because they all have the same position. Now let's say I want to add the rigid body component also to all of them. I can simply just add a rigid body component and uncheck this. I mean, it's already unchecked. Because if I don't uncheck this, then the two instances will have the same position again. And now I can apply this to the scorpion archetype. And since this middle one isn't a scorpion archetype, it will not fall. Yeah. So let's just remove the rigid body component from the two entities and move them back up. As you can see, we can select multiple entities. Oops. And change their properties all at once. Very cool. We can also change the texture. Sorry, not texture. The texture doesn't work for now. Change the mesh all at once also. And yeah, they have very big clouds. Yeah, something like this. Yeah. You can see all of the actions that was done in the Save Actions tab, and you can redo them by pressing Ctrl Z and undo by pressing Ctrl Y. The reason why I'm going down is because Ctrl also pans the camera down, also moves the camera downwards. Let's say I want to, before I get into the saving and loading, we can also add a script to the object. Yeah, so currently the scripts we only have scripts to play audio. So let's add a script component and go to the scripting panel and drag and drop this player. Why is it so laggy all of a sudden? Oh yeah, because the clouds are massive. They have like 2,000 over like triangles, I think. Yeah, let me just yeah, that's much better. So where was I? Yep, the scripting panel. Sorry, under the. Wait, where did my script? Oh yeah, it's here. So yeah, so right now when I left and right click or press R, the game will request. Oh my god, the game will request an audio to be played, but currently this object doesn't have an audio component. So let's add that real quick, and go to the audio panel and drag the shooting event since it was requesting that. So now when I left or right click, you can hear sounds being played. Reload, just press R. You can see the parameters over here too. Let's remove that before it gets too annoying. Let's just remove both of these components and save this as a scene. So now I'll go to the save scene as and save it as the demo scene. And now when I clear the scene and reload it, you should see the exact same thing if my mouse won't lag suddenly. I think it's demo, right? Yep, okay. Oh, where did you go? God damn it. Yeah, for some reason this gone. This guy is gone. Oh, he doesn't have a mesh for some reason. Okay, let's give him a mesh. Yeah, okay. Next is the asset browser and the resource panel. Over here in the pending, you can see all the resources that have not been compiled yet. And under the selected, you can, if you click on let's say a texture, you can see the options that it was compiled with. So let's say an artist decides to edit this image. You can see like cuts wasn't inside here, but if I edit this image, let's say just by drawing a line, now it appears in the pending tab, and I have to recompile it because it's no longer compiled. Yeah. So let's say I compile it in let's say BC7. Come on, it doesn't take this long. Yeah, okay. And I can see I can also choose to recompile it or recompile like multiple textures if I want, but I won't do that because it might lag. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, sorry. One thing before I end off, you can also change the name of the texture. Sorry, of the image, and it will not appear in a pending tab because it does not treat it as a new resource. Yeah. Thank you.